My name is Brenique Whyte. I am a York University throws athlete, specifically weight throw, shot put, and hammer throw. I'm currently in my third year. I'm doing a bachelor's of science in biology. Hopefully, I want to be a doctor. I am just who you see. I'm always smiling, bubbly personality, always a people person, and yeah. I was a sprinter. I started out as a 100 and 200 meter athlete at Knox Junior School in Spalding, Clarendon. So originally, I'm from Jamaica. I went to Knox Junior School where I started out as a 100, 200 meter athlete. I then transitioned into going to the Manchester High School in Mandeville, Jamaica, where in my first and second year, that's grade 7 and 8, I was doing 100, 200 meters. But this specific summer, I came back and it was just not running. Like the running was just not running at all. My coach at the time, I believe it was Coach Jared. I don't remember his name exactly, but he was like, you know what? Maybe let's go into throws a little bit. You have the body. So I started out as a shot putter. Um, I wasn't really going well at first. But then, as time went on, I started loving the sport. And, I had so much passion for it at the time. And I started, just doing discus throws. And after high school, initially, I was supposed to, go to university in the States because that's where my mom and, my little brother is. That's who I grew up with, my grandparents as well. And I'm now here in Canada at York University doing great things. For shot put, honestly, it was really the technical part of it because I've always been a really strong person. I've always been really strong. My bench numbers were up, my squat numbers were up, but it was more so the technical part of it. Because for me, once I see stuff, I usually get it. But with shot put, it was just so much more than that. Because I like to challenge myself too. And with academics, like I've always excelled at that. So once I see something in math, I get it immediately. So for shot put, not being able to get it immediately, I was like, no, I gotta take this challenge on. Like for me, it was one, staying disciplined, and two, having a mindset that I refuse to quit. So I would stay up at night watching videos of like athletes I wish to be like, specifically Daniel Thomas Dodd, one of our like prestigious Jamaican thrower. I'd also look at videos of Michelle Carter, the US thrower. So I would look at all these videos. I was like, oh my God, I aspire to be like these women. I want to get this technique down. So I would separate these videos and like just break them down. And I'd be in my room and I'll just take like a shirt and I'll ball it up, imitating a shot put. And I would just be like, first step, second step, third step. Like, where do I go? To be honest, when I came to Canada, I was not throwing because initially I came here to pursue just my academics. I was not thinking of throwing when I came here at all. I started school in my first year, and it really was a challenge for me because being in Canada and being alone here, no family support, physically, having to balance academics with like life in general. Like I was just in high school. I came here. I'm living on my own in a whole new country by myself. Even though being raised by a single mom does give you the mindset to adapt to anything in life, it was really difficult. But I was just like, to be honest, with throws, like it got me through a lot of things in life. Like prior to starting university, it got me through, mental like things that I was going through mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And like when I would go in that throw circle, especially during competitions, I would just like take it all out in the circle, like just do my best, like just leave it there. And so when I came here, I was just like, even though Canada doesn't like emphasize athletics in terms of throws specifically or track and field, I really want to pursue it. And so when I started, I reached out to the head coach at the time, that was Coach Ray, and I didn't get a response. I reached out to the previous shot athlete, that was Caitlin, and she was like, yeah, talk to the coach for you. And then, like people have a lot going on. I think she reached out, message got lost on the way. I eventually just went there myself. I was just like, pick myself up in the middle of first year, and I went to Coach Brad. Yes, I met Coach Brad at the field. He was like, yeah, Kaylin told me about you. You're the Jamaican thrower. And I was just like, yes, I want to throw. I'm really passionate about it. Because for me, throwing is not just getting the distance. Like it's all about winning and getting the distance, yeah. But it's a lot more than that. It's like pushing your boundaries, pushing your limits, like, moving past adversities. Like, so I really wanted to be involved in sports because it's like, I don't know, rugby ain't really my thing, like basketball, too short for that. My advice would be just do it. The Nike slogan, just do it. Yeah. Um, it's either two answers, yes or no. And I just think that asking resonates with the life, even if you're applying to a job, even if you are applying to school, it's either yes or no, but it's what you do with the answer. If you hear yes, good. But in most cases, or sometimes you're gonna hear no. What do you do with the no? You don't just say, you don't just take it. Because life is gonna push you around. People are gonna tell you no all the time, but you have to push past the adversities, push past the no's. You're gonna hear 1,000 no's in your life, but you gotta take those no's, you gotta turn them into yeses. As I said earlier, I was raised by a single mom. Didn't like I knew I had a dad. I knew my dad. Actually, he's the one who took me here. He brought me here to this country. We kind of started wanting to have a relationship, wanted to connect. A few months down the line, I was almost homeless, almost not going to college, almost a lot of things. And I just had that mindset to say, listen, my mom and I had a plan. My grandmother and I had a plan. My little brother and I had this plan. I want to do great because that really is the motivation behind everything I do. My family. I love my family so much. So um I want to say push past your boundaries. Days when you're in your house or in your bed and you don't feel like getting up, you're gonna feel like the world is kicking your butt. You gotta get up and you gotta go out there and you gotta do what you gotta do to make it. So being a student athlete isn't easy, especially balancing, training and academics. It just makes life a little bit more harder, especially when you're in school and you have to work as well. So, um, my initial goal starting university was always to be a doctor. I've always been passionate of like doing that because for me, being a doctor is not just, have this hard career and money. No, it's so much more than that. I'm always about helping people because I have very much love. Yeah. So that is also why I started my nonprofit organization. I started my nonprofit organization in 2020 of COVID. We feed the homeless. We also help single parents in any way that we can. We also, because I'm Jamaican, Jamaica just got hit with a Category 5 hurricane. We created a GoFundMe with my foundation, and we raised almost $15,000. Right now I think we're at 13,000. We raised almost $15,000 and we're able to give back this December for with my foundation as much as we can to help the people. So with my nonprofit organization, it's called the Brenique Whyte Foundation. Initially it was called the Helping Hands Foundation, but I realized I was getting a lot of calls about a Helping Hands Foundation in Colombia. I'm like, I'm not in Colombia. I created a foundation in 2020 when I was back home. At the time, I graduated that specific year. I graduated high school in 2020. I created the foundation because I saw that there was a dire need for help. People were on the streets, people had no food. The COVID had just hit, and like everyone who had the accessible like resources were either in their house or in hospitals helping. People who were homeless had nothing. They had no one. They had no food. They had no shelter. I mean, I was in high school. I didn't have that money to like, build a person a house, but I knew I could save out of my own money and probably give a few persons meals. So that is what I did with the help of my grandmother. We were able to cook food and give them out to the homeless in downtown Kingston. And I realized that this was something I was really passionate about. So after that, I put out flyers, whoever, like persons who wanted to volunteer. I'm like, this is not paid, this is helping. you know? So I got a few help from people who wanted to volunteer their time. Like people want to volunteer more than you guys think. And I got a lot of help. We started giving back to children's home, adult homes, especially in Spanish Town, the Mustard Seed Children's Home. We were able to do that. And then when I came to Canada, I'm like, the foundation doesn't end here. Like it's just beginning. So I had people on the ground, doing like the physical work, and I was kind of behind the scenes doing like, yeah. the important part of it. And as it relates to community help, this summer I took a trip to Peru, South America. It was an amazing, amazing culture, amazing country. So I was in Peru for 2 to 3 weeks. We were giving back by like helping with medical care for people who were in low income families. So each day we would set up mobile clinics in different communities, and we would we had different sections. We had a dental, we had OB, we had physicians one, two, three. We had a pharmacy set up. So as soon as they needed to see the OB, they got help. Um, I did a lot of extractions, assisted at the dental area. So that was incredible. I got to travel, got to help people, two things that I'm passionate about. When the hurricane just hit, I was honestly distraught because at this time I wasn't hearing from anyone back home. I wasn't hearing from my family, I wasn't hearing from my friends because there was no Wi-Fi connection. There was no light. So they couldn't even charge their phones. So I was only seeing videos from like the repercussions of after the hurricane. So honestly, I'm like, what can I do? I'm like, can I go to Jamaica right now? What is it? The airports were closed down. What am I gonna do? And my friend at the time, Shanika said to me like, everyone is like helping right now, but what about December? What about January? What about when it's not on the news anymore? What do we do? So she's like, here's what, let's take the long route. Let's wait it out and just do one big charity to help. And so my mom was just like, yes, let's do it. She's a very supportive person. Trust me, I thank her so much every day. She plays a big part of who I am as a person today. So my mom was just like, yes, let's do it. So when I created the GoFundMe, I was gonna put $5,000. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna stress anyone. Let that be the donation from them, and I would put my donation on my mom and her friends, and whoever it is that wants to contribute. So my mom was just like, listen, God will do wondrous things. Put it at the maximum, and if you don't get the help, so be it. But you know what? Don't block the blessing. And I put it at $15,000. And with the help of my mom and her friends, her boss, my friends, my boss, I was able to raise, I believe it was $11,000 in about 3 days. Yeah, $11,000 in about 3 days. And we were able to pack about 9 barrels with money remaining. um I- I'm going next week. Actually, I'm going to Jamaica next week to do my distribution, and also with the money remaining, we're planning to like give back to get some zinc, get ply boards for people who lost their homes. I mean, it's not a lot, it's not concrete houses, but it's something that we can do to help. It means giving when you have nothing to give. It means embracing when you need to be embraced. Um, Sometimes it's not the amount that you have, it's what you get from what you have. And for me, that means so much because people in Jamaica is a country where everyone is just loving and vibrant. Like everyone wants to go to Jamaica. And being able to help means a lot to me. To see smiles on children's faces or to just help and see someone say thank you, it just means a lot to me. Personally, I live by, if anything defines my journey, it would simply be that I turned pain into purpose, my setbacks into drive, and like a lonely chapter into a story worth telling. Like every single thing that you endure in life is a story, but it's how you tell it. Do you want to tell it a story where there's a bad ending or a good ending? And the only thing that sets a bad from a good ending is you. So I want to say, always believe in yourself, always put your best foot forward, and always live by the saying, 1,000 miles start by the first step forward.